What's up, guys? Okay, so today we're gonna talk about another car brand. This brand is a brand I really loved when I was a teenager. Um, yeah, I was so captivated by their cars, the performance cars that they actually have. Of course, that time, I was growing up and I was playing a lot of games. I love their cars. Okay, and that brand is actually Honda. So Honda in Malaysia, okay, so let's talk a little bit about the past first. Previously, I think they were not doing that great. They were doing all right. Of course, I think in the very early generations, I don't think the design is very good, especially for the smaller cars. Um, Except for their, like, I think C segment, Civic, all these kind of cars, they did great with that. But at least in Malaysia, the Honda City was not doing that great. Doesn't look great. I wouldn't buy it at the time. It has very funny names by people for it. Their C segment, like I mentioned, did very well. The SUV, the CRV, was a perennial king of SUV. Okay, they did very good, very good. So that was then. So I think that previously they also did not capture the market, being the number one non-national car maker over here. But one of the days I understand that the top management of Honda Malaysia wanted to fight for this, and I think they hang a banner. They wanted their goal is to be number one non-national car maker in Malaysia. And of course, I think a few years down the road they did it. It was a huge celebration because of that. So Honda now, they are still the number one non-national car maker in Malaysia. In fact, I think for the past few years when Proton dropped out from number two, they even became number two, of course, in the Malaysia automotive scene. Okay, though of course nobody can beat the number one product, at least not now. We don't know what will happen in the future. Okay, so what is great about their cars is that the design. Okay, it can be sporty and trendy looking. If you are really, as a young person or young adult, I would actually love to have their cars because the design just looks awesome. Good enough to be just as on its own. Okay, but if you're the kind of guys who like modification, the cars is perfect for modification because you really don't need to add that much onto it anymore. But of course, I think for the older generation, people who like something a little bit more subtle with classy look, Honda is definitely not there. Okay, maybe now except for the Accord, perhaps. Okay, and then of course they are very well known for their spacious design. Okay, any car that you get into, if you want to compare on a chart, okay, where Honda stand, or any brand out there in terms of space wise, Honda is always there, number one at the top. Okay, nobody can beat them so far. They're very clever with the space designing. Okay, and of course right now they do have very good offering in terms of design, space, the power output of their cars, okay, in the BEC and also the SUV segments, right? I did hear some reliability issues on some of their cars, but I guess actually the numbers is still pretty low. It's just that now they have more units on the road, so that you tend to hear about it more. Okay, it's just like let's say you have like example the brand Perodua. Okay, they sell a lot of vehicles, maybe I can't remember 100,000 a year or something like that. So the ratio, maybe they only get let's say 1% of complaints, but the 1% can mean 1,000 units. But then maybe for other people, they have only 500 units, but they get like 20 complaints. The ratio of complaint to the ratio of the vehicles on the road is much higher on the other side. So Honda now, they have grown so much. I believe more complaints is actually considered normal, provided the ratio of complaint to the actual vehicle that they sold is not very high. Okay, so what I think that is great about Honda, if you look over all the manufacturers out there, Honda is actually one of the few big brands that does not have commercial vehicle or actually the pickup in its lineup. I understand in the US they do have a pickup, but I think that one is a joint venture with somebody, maybe a rebadging. Yeah, but I may be wrong, all right, because I don't study the US market very much. But they are really one of the few that does not have a commercial vehicle. I mean, Toyota has it, Nissan used to has it, okay, Mitsubishi used to have it, but Honda does not have it. But they do have their plain plain division. Okay, motorbike I'm not too sure whether it's still in or not, but plain is under Honda, and Honda does a lot of innovative things. Okay, such as the VTEC, which was made popular by them, I believe, and of course the Asimo, if you still remember the human robot thing line. Okay, at the time when nobody talked about robot that much yet, nobody dared to really make a robot, but Honda made it happen. Yeah, so for me, that is what I respect about Honda. Okay, and that's what I think about them. Okay, and I really of course do miss a lot about the era of the S2000, the NSX, the Civic, you know, the EG6, this kind of cars and all that. It's awesome. Okay, so I sometimes I wish I can go back in time to be in that time where I can actually purchase the car. Of course, those cars that I really like now the value has shot up so much. Okay, it's pretty hard to get them, but I believe one day I will get it too. Okay, so do you agree with actually what I've shared over here? So if you do agree, give us a like, share our video, and do remember to subscribe to Tons and Speed. Now, what if you don't like? Doesn't matter. Okay, leave your comments below if there's something that I said wrongly. Please feel free to comment below, and we'll be more than happy to read your comments as well. And of course, I've so far haven't done so much about Honda cars. Okay, I'm looking forward to more of it. Currently, I've only done the CRZ, I believe. So, okay, let's see if we have a chance to do the latest Civic, the Honda Accord, and as well as the CT. Okay, all right. So, if you have any interesting cars that you would like us to have a look at, you know, put it onto our videos. Let us know as well. I've also put out the links of the Honda CRZ review down below. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you again in the next video. Ciao.